Morning everyone. For this video I'm going to show you how to work rounds 11 through 13 and then finish, and also give you some tips on continuing your Twilight All Around project. So rounds 11, 12, and 13 all work the V-stitch. So 10 was the V-stitch after the chain 5s. 11, 12, and 13 all work the same V-stitch round, which is the chain 1, single crochet, chain 4, double crochet around that first stitch, chain 1, and then V-stitch around each chain 2 of every V-stitch in the previous round. So that is 11, 12, and 13. So remember, the V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet all around the chain 2 of the previous V-stitch. So go ahead and work your rounds 11, 12, and 13. When you get to the final V-stitch, remember that you're just going to work your final chain 1 and then slip stitch around that beginning chain 4 to connect. So go ahead and work 11, 12, and 13. Pause this video and meet me back here in a minute, and I'll explain some tips and tricks on continuing this project. Okay, so now that we have finished rounds 11, 12, and 13, I have finished round 13, and my project lays flat. If I lay it out on the floor, it will lay flat. If your project is wavy, it means there's still too many stitches, and you're going to need to work more rounds of the V-stitch in order to keep your project flat. If you want it ripply, then go ahead and increase here, and it will make a ripple on the outer edge of your project. If you want it to continue to lay flat, before you start an increase round, lay your project out, and if it lays flat, you can increase. If it is ripply, then continue the V-stitch round until your project lays flat, and then proceed to work the increase round again. So this is how this project will be easy to increase and make as big as you want. As long as you're working, so in the center, in the middle, we worked our increase rounds on round 3. So round 3 and 4 are and 5 are the increase rounds. Round 6 is the regular V-stitch round, which you will increase until you reach a point where your project doesn't lay flat anymore. If it's pulling in, then it's time to increase. If it's too wavy, keep working your V-stitch round 6 until it lays flat. So it's a simple repeat. Rounds 3 through 5 to increase, and then round 6 to maintain the flatness. Unless you want it wavy, and then you're going to increase more often, depending on how wavy you want it. So let's work on round 14. If I can get my camera set up again. Okay, so rounds 14 is going to be our increase round again. And remember, the increase round is just, we have already slip stitched to our beginning chain 4. All we're going to do, and I am changing colors here, sorry about that. Because it is an increase round, I am choosing to change colors. You can change colors anywhere you want in your project. I just wanted to see how the color change would work on mine this time. So I'm just going to start my slip stitch with the new color. And I've already woven in my ends, so I don't have anything to worry about at the end. We're going to chain 5, and we will slip stitch to our next chain 1, chain 5, slip stitch to our next chain 2, chain 5, slip stitch to the next chain 1, and you'll repeat that all the way around. So go ahead and pause this video and I'll meet you back at the end. We'll go over that one more time. Okay, I've made it back to the end of round 14, which is a repeat of round 3, which is our increase round. And remember, when you get to the end of that round, you're going to slip stitch to the end chain 1, chain 5, and slip stitch to the same chain space as the beginning chain 5 to connect. Make sure that every time you increase your rounds, your count is going to double. Your stitch count is going to double. So on round 13, we had 40 V-stitch. So on round 14, when we do our increase round, we're going to have 80 chain 5. So now that I've connected that, we're going to repeat round 4, which is chain 2, and slip stitch to that beginning. Oh, I got some of that white. Slip stitch to the beginning chain 5, and then you're going to chain 5 and slip stitch to the next chain 5. Chain 5, and slip stitch to the next chain 5, and you'll repeat that all the way around for round 14. So pause your video, finish that round, and meet me back here for the end. Okay, now that we are at the end of round 15, we do our final chain 5, and we're going to slip stitch around that beginning chain 2 to connect. Round 16, round 14 was our increase round. Round 15 evened out with chain 5s, and now round 16 we're working our V-stitch round to start the flattening out. So round 16 we chain 1, we single crochet to start our V-stitch, chain 4, and double crochet around that same stitch, chain 1, and V-stitch around the next V-stitch, or around the next chain 5, sorry. V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet around the same space. And that starts our round 16. You'll chain 1 and continue working a V-stitch, chain 1 around each chain 5 of the previous round. Go ahead and pause the video, and I will see you back at the end, and I'll tell you how to finish this project off. Okay, so we are at the end of round 16. Remember that you have your final V-stitch, and chain 1 is going to slip stitch around that beginning chain 4 to connect. So that is our increase rounds. It's a repeat of round 3, round 4, and round 5. Round 6 will be the round that you will maintain the diameter of your circle. One thing to remember, if your stitch count is off, go back and make sure that you have an actual V-stitch around each chain 5 of the previous round, because when I was in a hurry just now, there was a couple that I only worked one double crochet thinking I did a V-stitch, and then I moved on to the next, so my count would have been off. So that is our increase section. Okay, so right now we're at the end of round 16. You can see that it's a little bit ruffly on the outside because we just did that increase round. But as I increase and work, or not increase, as I work more rounds of V-stitch, that is going to stay flat. So you can end your project anywhere you want. If you want a rufflier edge border, then I would end it on one of the chain 5 rounds. That will give you the little loops on the edge. If you want it a straight border, I would end it on a V-stitch round. So this project can increase any size you want as long as you work your V-stitch until the project no longer lays flat, and then work your increase rounds 3, 4, and 5, and then you can work round 6 until it no longer lays flat again, and then work your increase rounds 3, 4, and 5. So that is how this project can continue to grow as long as you want. I am happy that you guys joined me for this crochet along. I will continue to post the next couple of days to finish out our 20 rounds of the project, but if you're going to work a bigger like rug or blanket, just continue to do those repeat and V-stitch. So thanks for joining the Twilight crochet along, everyone, and happy crocheting.